where was I? Okay, still trying to get this thing to function. All right, so I've been making some changes, mostly because, well, it bothers me. So we're making these changes. Dang nabbit. And I don't know. It's like here I have game state, which I don't know what this game state is, and I don't know what the creator ID is, and I don't know if does a game session need a game state. Do I save every game state? Because every game state has a play log, right? No. Play progress log? No. Play results. Oh, okay. So every game state has basically a list of play results. So that's what every play is going to do and what happens on the play. Play progress log then has route actions. This is all the specific details of what's happening in the play. But does a game session get a game state? Because these are all singular instances. So a game state is what it is at that moment, along with the play that came along and the progress log that came along with that. But it's almost like the game session say a part of it is I'm trying to decide what am I keeping, because that's what it's going to come down to. When because I've got to keep a certain amount of data. Like if I want to have the thing run again. So if a game, that's why I just think a game session just feels weird to me. It's a bad name. I want to just call it a game. I'm tempted, and I may still change it to game. But right now, I'm resisting. I'm sticking with game session. All these game sessions, it just seems weird. Because a session implies like, is every game a game session? No. Every game is not a game session. Some games are a game. A game session is what you're doing online. Like it's a game where you're actually interacting with it. You have a game session. But if you do like a simulate week, every game doesn't have a game session. It's still a game being processed, but it's just a game going on. But they're not all game sessions. But they still go through the multiple states of in progress, starting, blah, 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 blah. One kind of cool functionality or feature I'd kind of like to have in here is, like I said, the ability to replay games. And I also like the idea of stating how a game is currently going, another game, like other games that are for the league, or any game. If it's a head-to-head, you could have other head-to-head games that are being played popping up with scores, how that's going. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just informative, you know. It's like maybe other people that are in your league who are playing a head-to-head or playing so-and-so's playing so-and-so, or you know, maybe if there's a ranking type for certain teams or players, it might have other ranked people of your same level, you know, that kind of thing. If you have tournaments going, it can show you what's going on with other games, but that means you have to have game states getting saved and stored throughout processing, at least for a while. Like you keep a 24-hour period of them, or some amount of items. Just to clarify, game session on my types.go in the simulator service, is that the same game state that is the game state struct that I've created above? See, honestly, I haven't... Hey, Nintendo 504, how you doing, my friend? What's the latest with you today? Okay, so that is the same game state. I'm struggling with the nomenclature, the naming of my of this stuff. Okay, so when you work with AI does its own little naming, right? If you haven't created the object and you need a certain object, game state's gonna, or I'm sorry, AI is gonna make up its own names. It's like, you need this, and it'll create this, right? And so it created game session state, and I'm like, that really conflicts with my game state, just because the name is too close, too similar. And then I said, screw it, I'm taking the word state off and just call it game session. But I'm still struggling with game session. I want to just call it game. Game, not game session. And here's the thing, and tell me if I'm right here. Maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree, but in my mind, a game session is like if you are playing against somebody online. You're doing something, you're online, it's a session. Just like when you have session state with web development. You have a session is an activity between you and someone else. But which is fine if that's every game that's in the system, but it's not, right? Because you're going to be simulating games, and every game that runs, they're not all game sessions. They're just games getting ran. They're just games. A session implies kind of live, inactive, currently active state. And I'm struggling with allowing it to remain game session. Now, game is very generic, but in the premise of this game, in premise of my game, I guess it just makes it too generic. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Yeah, I'm probably overthinking it. No, I'll leave it for now. So, represents the actual gameplay state, contains field relationships, it's embedded inside a game session. The relationship when a streamer creates a game, blah blah blah. When teams join, the team 1, team 2 sessions are populated. When the game actually starts, status becomes in progress. The game state field is initialized with initial town and down and distance starting line game, etc. As players are executed, the game state is updated with the game session document. This design makes sense from both a data organization. Yeah, alright. I'll leave it. I'm going to leave it for now. We'll call it a game session. Whatever. More than anything, what would probably be better than game session is game instance. That would probably be better. It would get rid of the genericity, the genericness of the word game. It gets rid of the weird terminology of session. A game instance. I'm liking game instance. In my head, game instance sounds I don't know. I'm starting to overthink it again. I'm pushing that one back out of my mind too. It's better than session, but game unit. Game. I don't have to change it. It doesn't matter. I could change it later. I don't want to. Stop again. You're making your life too hard. All right. Leave it alone. File. Save all. Okay, I didn't even have any more to change. Okay, so we're going to leave it. Let's go fix my problem. Fix my bug. Still have it. All right, so I gotta start a new command here. I really want to get this function. This feature is going to be cool, but it's already Tuesday, and I really have to pick up my pace here to get this done. So I've been attempting to use the voice thing. I'm liking it, man. I'm liking it. So if I have a query of the AI clicking this little microphone, you have to install like a Microsoft voice thing or other. And yeah, it's just it's just voice to text. It converts it like if you were doing a voice message on your phone. I mean, not a recording, but it's just a text to voice, a voice to text. But it does close enough, and the AI doesn't really care about spelling as long as it understands what you're saying. It usually gets it right, in other words. Even though the spelling might be wrong because it'll put the wrong version of a word or, whatever. But the AI seems to figure it out. All right, so something about my reset. Why is a reset game the problem? Why would it reset the game, though? Is it really calling reset game? No, it's create game. Huh? But the error says it's in the simulator.create game. Why are we updating the reset game? See, you could just say it. Now, it's debatable whether or not I can't type the same speed. But one thing you don't do in voice is make a That's why you gotta go. You don't take AI. AI doesn't always get it right. Oh yeah, you're right. That wasn't in the reset game. That's in the create game. He indicates the problems with the create game function. Based on error messages, when your streamer service calls somebody create game, the simulator service is trying to modify. You're trying to start documenting the ID that already exists. You're trying to update a document and modifying the ID field. Since the error is occurring in the simulator services create game implementation, not in the streamer code. Not in the streamer code you've shown. What streamer code did I show? I didn't show any streamer code. Oh, because I had the wrong page open. Oh, wait. Oh, in the simulator. Oh, it's in the simulator crate game? Well, maybe if there wasn't two, it wouldn't be so much a problem. When you streamer service calls crate game, the simulator service is trying to modify. Okay, so it's the simulator service. I got all these errors showing, but they're not actually there. It's kind of weird. Simulator service. That's the one. Okay. So what are you up to this evening, man? Getting some time off after all your work? Check the simulator's create game function to see. Well, probably because I didn't type at workspace. I do see that it's trying to update the game ID, the ID in the game session, but I don't see where else it's doing this. Is it possible that we need to just use an ID that gets passed in from the UI? Oh, wow. It's a nice little break. What's your next big project, man? You doing another sporting event? Do you get to do anything for March Madness? I guess we're halfway through March. Isn't that started already? I don't know a lot about the big basketball tournament, but I do know it takes place in March. Do you work with other sporting events too, like hockey? Doesn't hockey have like the cup finals and playoffs and all that stuff going on here in the next? Isn't that coming up? Alexa, when do the hockey playoffs start?
The 2024 Stanley Cup playoffs started on Sunday, April 21st at 5 p.m. By the way, you have a new notification. Do you want to hear it?
No. She gave me 2024 start, but it was in April, so it's coming up. 3 weeks. It's just a drop in the bucket, man. You'll be all right. Hopefully, the time will go fast. At least you have a job that's going to keep coming back for you. It's like my son. He's an electrician, and his contracts end fairly frequently, but he gets, he always has work coming. I mean, there's always a job around the corner. So he might have anywhere from a few days to a month and a half off, but he never really gets much more than that. So he's always got work coming because of his union contracts and all that stuff. He's just always on the list. So even when he gets his contracts end or jobs end, he just keeps moving up this table. Eventually he's just at the top and he gets a job. So jobs just keep coming, and that's how they assign jobs out to electricians. And so if there's a big job that needs a lot of electricians, a bunch of people come off the list, and then the others move up the list. So he's always got something. That's a good industry. So you can kind of, as long as you budget well, take care of your finances, like he does. He does a really good job with that. And then when you got a little bit of downtime, you just kind of ride it out until you get your next job. So that's pretty cool for him. But some jobs, a steady job, like construction, right? If you have a construction job, with a company that's got, always got work, yeah, you're going to have times when you're not working, but you're going to have work because you've got a solid job. But now, unless you get totally laid off, and that's a whole other problem because construction's not quite the same as the electricians union. But that's not a bad. I at one time thought I kind of wanted to do something like that, but yeah, I don't know. I actually enjoy like doing home projects, right? Like I totally rebuilt our bar thing here. I tore it down and reshaped it and resized it, cut it up, and worked it out and got it so that it was I remodeled our downstairs room here. And then I want to rebuild our garage and put in a framing, and I'm turning it into a bedroom because the garage is weird. At some point in time, somebody lost their noodle and redirected the driveway that comes out of the garage that goes hard left and out the side. Now, I don't know if that's a city thing or what, but it was designed to go straight out onto the road. But for some reason, it doesn't do that anymore. So you can't really park in the garage. So you'd have to do this hard turn all the time, and you'd always be diagonal in the garage. So our garage was mostly converted to just being space in the house, even though it looks like a garage, but there's a room that kind of built itself in there. So I'd like to kind of remodel that whole thing, but yeah, I don't have money. You like programming? Well, here you go, man. Make friends with some of the AIs and you can do anything. I'm finding that, if you've got the patience for it, you can get AI to help you get through just about anything. I don't know if I told you this, but I have, because of all the languages I've learned, right? I figured them all out, and I was nervous about them, kind of stressing about them. But once I started getting into them, I was like, oh, this ain't so bad. I'm really stressing about Unity, man. Unity's the thing I'm going to build this thing in Android. And the only thing I've got going for me in my mind is that it's C#. Now, I'm like, okay, but can you write the whole thing in C#? Or do you have to use the UI? Because if you have to use the UI, I don't think AI is going to be much help, and it's going to be just trial and error. But if it is all fully codable, then I can kind of like figure out what I want and work with AI to come up with it, because then the code AI can help. But if it's doing something like it's fully UI, you have to get in there and mess with all the stuff. AI might give me some direction, but I don't know what AI can do with help me with Unity. So I'm a little nervous. I'm not worried about there. I'm not there yet. I'm a couple of weeks out from being able to start playing with Unity because I have to get the back end functionality in. So there's two major things before this app becomes full blown. It's an app. It's a game ready to go. Well, a game almost ready to go. Two major things before I really start seeing it come to life. That's my player interactions, getting data into the system, and then having my players interact with each other to actually run the plays, and the graphics. And I know I'm going to figure out the player interactions because that's the way my brain works. I can figure out those logics and stuff. It's going to be hard. It's complex, but I'll figure it out. Yeah. And then I am not a graphics guy. This is why Unity kind of makes me nervous. I'm not graphics. I can visualize kind of what I want. I can conceptualize it, but I have a real hard time bringing graphics to life. Art is not my thing. It's very abstract in my brain. Logic, I got it. I can work it out. I'll come up with a solution. But you throw something abstract at me like art, and I'm like, I can visualize art to the extent that I've seen it before, and then mangle something in my mind that looks cool and unique. But I can't bring it to life. It just doesn't matter the tools I have. I just don't have that eye hand to concept brain thing going. I'm impressed by artists. I think that artists are awesome. I think that they can do some amazing stuff. And I've had a number of artists go, "Oh man, but I can't even figure out the code, just the code stuff you're doing. It looks so hard and complicated. What you're doing is so much harder." And I'm like, nah. And but the thing is, if you want to have a successful game, you know what? There's more successful crap games that have fantastic AI than there are great games with crappy AI, crappy UI. Now, not to say that there aren't. I mean, what is 8-bit graphics? 8-bit graphics is, come on, all you 8-bit graphics gamers. It's crappy UI. I mean, you gotta admit it. You're only doing 8-bit UI. People say, "Oh, it's because I want to be nostalgic. I want to be able to throw back and give people that retro feel." No, it isn't. You're doing 8-bit AI because it's easy. You don't have to be really fancy in your art if you're doing 8-bit AI. 8-bit. I keep saying AI, but UI, 8-bit UI. You're only doing that because it's easy, and it doesn't have to look pretty. You just say it's retro. It's just meant to be cool throwback. I could have done the modern stuff, but I wanted to try something different. You liars! All of you are liars if you're doing 8-bit. Don't try to pull that over. Even what is it? Sunny Dew Valley? No, Sunny. What is it? Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley. That guy did it all. It's all 8-bit graphics, ain't it? And but it's hard to do real graphics. I think a really high graphics Stardew Valley would be amazing, but just think how long that would take to develop. It'd be so complex, all the stuff you'd be doing. And there's not a lot of games like that because every little thing on the screen has to be interactive. And the really high graphics games, they have a fair amount of interactivity on the screen, but it's not everything is interactive on the screen. You know, like you walk through a forest and every 10th tree might be able to be chopped down or maybe a little section of trees might be able to, but it's not as common in really high graphics games as it is in the low graphics games. So in that game, it might even be functional reasons why you have to do it that way, but it's functional reasons, not throwbacks reasons. But that's my opinion. Somebody can come up to me, "No, it's not true. I've been doing great art forever, but I like to do the 8-bit graphics because it's cool." It's not cool. It's not cool. There's a reason why we moved on to 16, 32, and 64-bit graphics. It's because it's not cool. It can be kind of fun at times, but if the game is good, 8-bit graphics work. But that's only because the game is good. But I'm also stubborn, so I can't settle. Now, I won't be doing 64-bit, 10 million color, or 64 million color graphics on this game, but I do plan to do more modern, kind of cool animations. I'm thinking along the lines of Big Win Football or Super Tiny Football, graphics like that. Yeah. And all 13 of you guys who follow me, who do 8-bit graphics code. Yeah, there'll be exactly 2 people who ever see this video and hear me ranting. You're one of them, and I'm the other. I get views on a few things, but it's that not as many as I am struggling to get additional. I'm hoping that once I start getting a few interactive functions on this game, I can start getting it'll start picking up a little bit of steam. You know, get some things going where I actually have people able to do it. So like my first feature is coming, dude. It's coming that you will be able to put a command in my stream, and you'll populate this screen right here. you'll put a team in, and then once the second team is put in, a simulation will start and a game will start with the team that you put in. That's the first thing. I know it's not a big deal, but it's a thing. And that's coming. Like, we're talking about within the next week or so, I expect to have that. Maybe even the next few days if I get this thing working. I have to figure out, I'm still having some issues with my prod deployment, not quite deploying correctly. But once that's there, I'll be able to have this out there. Oh, it is hot in here. Alexa, turn off Firestorm. But anyway, so, and then when I have that, I'll start being able to have other features in there, like calling plays and stuff like that. But that's all coming. It's coming down the road. It's my first interaction ability in the game. All right, so where was I? Save game state. Solution. Save. All right. The issue is that the save game state method is trying to update a document with the ID current game, but your game session object already has its own ID. The Mongo DB driver is trying to update the ID field, which is not allowed. You need to modify the save game state method to use the ID from the game session state. Alright, so save game state. Okay, where is it then? Is it in the store? Oh, there it is, yeah. I want a simple, I don't need a simpler solution, just give me the best solution. We'll go from there. Alright, so a couple of things need to be happening. One is, at some point, this thing's supposed to let me load it, which would be really cool. Do I have my gateway? Gateway says it's running, but I probably should stop it. Or, let's see, simulator? What did I just update? Okay, guess I don't have anything else. Okay, we'll go to simulator. That was simulator? Yep. There we go. Go build dot. Go run dot. Build it, run it, here we go. Alright, now we're back to here. We can close this again. Streamer game error. Boo! Boo! Now what's the problem? Oh wait, you already have an active game. Game created successfully. Wow, check this out. We're getting close, man. We are getting really, really, really uber duper close. Huh. Huh. That's pretty cool. So it actually gives you the link for you to use, but it's not. It doesn't have all of it because it's supposed to. It doesn't tell you how to do this. It is cool that I have it set up to put in the user ID, but let's see what happens when I do this. Still says failed to join. Team not found. Do I not have that team? Team not found. That is possible. That is one of the things that I do have teams. I have teams defined in the user, but do I actually have them set up? Let's go see what my PFFM has. Blah, 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 blah. Teams. Nope, I have 32 teams in there. And which one? Whoa. Oh. I don't have any idea which one is the Chicago Bears. Could be anybody. That one? I could guess my way through. Oh, look, Chicago Bears. I got it. Lucky me. Capital CHAC, Chicago Bears. Huh. All right. Well, it is in the database. So, getting team not found when URL is pointing to the team. Honestly, I think we can actually do this also if they only provide the mascot. I'd like that to be able to be an ability to do this as well. See, I paused too much and it just cut me off. One of the drawbacks to using voice. But I think it's all right. I think I got him up. Because every team's got, I mean, mascots are unique, right? I mean, cities don't have to be unique in the NFL. You could have 2 San Diego teams, 2 Los Angeles teams, 2 New York teams, but you don't get 2 Jets or 2 Chargers. All right, so join game. Why do we, what? Also make sure team info instruct team. Have team city and team mascot so they can be accessed in lookup code. Why? Oh, because I didn't, I always got to type out workspace even before I do the mic thing because it won't look at your code if you don't. Need to add a new method to your store interface if it doesn't already exist. Huh. Check my teams. Oh. So it has... in gateway-streamer.go, receiving the team name from the URL parameter. However, in streamer service, the join game function doesn't have a way to look up a team by its full name. Setting mascot. Get team by name function in streamer store.go that can parse the team names. How many places do I have get team by name? I just feel like I feel like it's the streamer. No, that's streamer. Get the team info modified to handle team name. Join game. If streamer key is provided instead of game ID, look up the game. Let's see, rest of the existing function. Connect to simulator service. Pass join request to simulator with the correct game ID. Return the response as before. Pass join request. How? But it didn't actually do it that way. Try to get from user account service. Get the team info modified to handle team name. Try to look up team by name. City mascot format. Huh. If get team by name already looks up by the full name, why don't we just adjust that to also be able to look by the team mascot? Why, yes, that's a great idea. Let's do that instead. There we go. Let's do that instead. Alright, so we got, it's going to go in here, do a split, polish dimension, length, search by mascot only. So we basically just split whatever team name stuff we got. Else, multiple words, assume city mascot format. Yeah, city mascot makes sense. Why would anybody go mascot city? That'd be dumb. Broncos Denver. We're doing this in name process. All right, so we got that going on. Try more flexible search if exact match fails. What's a more flexible search than that? No, somebody misspells the first name. All right, that works. Okay, I think we'll go with that. That looks good to me. Now we also need to do okay, now implement get team by name in the join team function. Yeah, you know, it just types so much faster than me, and it just takes care of a lot of the minutia. Am I lazy? Yeah, I'm lazy. I don't like to type if I don't have to. I don't mind looking at and correcting what it's doing. You know what I think AI gives you? I think it's a skill that's actually really good, too. Not only are you learning the code because you're learning to look at it more, but you learn to be a better code reviewer. AI will make you a better code reviewer if you pay attention. That's the big if. If you just take wholesale whatever AI does, well, good luck to you. You're gonna hate your life. AI will screw you over. It'll take you down. You're gonna have spaghetti code all over the place. AI will do this or that. The bigger your app gets, the more of a mess it'll get. But if you're smart and you stay on top of AI and watch what it's doing, you can become a very good code reviewer. You start finding where it's starting to diverge in format or structure, and you're like, no, we need to keep everything in this structure. Let's keep everything in line. And you got to stay on top of it. As soon as you start seeing it going off in a weird direction, call it back or study it. I mean, give it a chance. What is it it's giving you? Maybe it's better than what you have, and maybe you can end up with a refactoring opportunity. But you know, you get too far down the line, refactoring is not really an option, and creating new forms of code is going to be a mess. So try to, once you have a good example or something that's working well, make sure you keep the AI on path. And a lot of times one of the things you want to do is like I said, a good thing to do with AI, I'm giving you this tip right now. So record this tip. Give the parameters, write them all down in a OneNote or some note. Give yourself a note, a text you can copy and paste that says what kind of code are you writing, like in my case React.js, Next.js, or Go. I mean, a lot of times they can figure it out based on the instance. But there's certain things you want to say, modeling this service so that it knows to look at that service whenever it's doing more work. So if you're working on a new service, you can actually say it'll know to model it after that service, so it doesn't try to do something different. So give it the parameters that says this is what I'm trying to accomplish. I need to stay within these parameters, and then you give it the question or the task. That will give you a better. That will give you a better experience with the AI. Because I do it a lot where I don't. I actually have a little piece, and it's really, really, really important if you're not using Copilot. Even more important if you're not using Copilot. Because if you're in the web, it doesn't know what code you're using, and it can't guess. So you write this little synopsis. It might be a paragraph long, but it has all the parameters of what you're trying to do, the base parameters. And you might add to it over time. Add to that little base parameters over time. Drop it in your internet text dialog, and then write your question out. Then the AI will read all of the conditions of your code, and it'll give you something that applies to you a lot more accurately. If not, trust me, you're going to get weird stuff. Like even stuff like saying, I'm working in Windows, because I've had times when it gives you the solution as though you're working in Unix. or Mac. And I'm like, why are you giving me Unix or Macs? Oh, you're working in Windows. Oh, okay. Well, then let's do this. It's like, see, if you just gave it all those parameters right out the gate as part of your statement, it might be, like I said, a paragraph. But trust me, you'll have a much better success, and you'll waste a lot less questions on those on the internet ones that you're paying for questions, right? Because you only get 20 questions or whatever it is. Like, it's like playing a game of 20 questions. It might be more than that, but whatever it is, it's not much because you run out of them. So you want to have as few times when you have to restate the question because it didn't know what your conditions were. My tip of the day, and I give that tip every now and then because it's super important. Even though I don't do it all the time, it's not as bad in Copilot. But I'll tell you this: if you start a new session in Copilot, give it the synopsis of what you're trying to discuss. Especially if you know you've just gotten pages and pages of stuff in your Copilot, and now you don't know what it remembers, what it doesn't. And it can get kind of bogged down and slow down because you have too much stuff. So shut down you get a new chat, and then give it a summary of what it is you're working on before you continue. Because you may already have started a discussion, but you're trying to clean up your screen and have it kind of reset a little bit. Give it the parts that matter. It may not have to be the full discussion like you would on the website version, but it will be enough that you're going to want to... I am so hot. It is. Why is it so hot down here? The heat is going nuts. I'll be right back. I can breathe again. I had to go get a different t-shirt, man. It's just too much. You know, yeah, exactly. I've been getting, actually, there's a few times where I've gotten in the habit where I've given it literally like a half a page, and then I just sit back and wait for it to draw everything out. And I was like, okay, sometimes it's too much and it just kind of goes, bleh. But that's okay. what I've done a few times is like when I have a new task in mind, this is what I do. I try to be as detailed as possible, give it as much information as possible, and it'll literally vomit up a bunch of code to make it work, right? Now, I guarantee you it's not going to work, but what it's going to do is it'll give me the base infrastructure of all the stuff I need. So I'll kind of pull all the parts in place. Like it might give me all of the stuff I need to put in my types.go and my struct and my store and service and main and HDCP handler. It might even give, if I'm lucky, it'll give me my proto bits and my gateway bits. It doesn't usually give me all of them, but it gives me a lot of them. And then I can kind of go in, put all that in as an infrastructure. Now, most of it will be buggy. There's things that are going to have to be fixed and glued and configured. But it gives me all the parts I need. And then I can go through, study it, see where the problems are, and then we refine. And it kind of, I kind of straighten it out, clean it up, make sure it's fitting my code structure. And then before we know it, we have, a much better looking thing. But it'll save me a lot of time in that it at least gets me all of the base infrastructure, which is nice, because I'll tell you, doing a new service, so much work. That's why I'm saying AI has saved me so much time. It's not even because it's, I think a Go expert, somebody who's really good at Go, would still benefit from just having AI drop a bunch of stuff, because a lot of times you're just doing redundant stuff. You're not always even writing a new code. You're just putting in all the infrastructure for your new service. It's going to have different names and stuff, so it's not simple copy paste, but you still got to put all the names and all the parts in there. And then you go put in your custom functions and features that belong to that service, but those are much smaller. And even those can take, putting in a simple function oftentimes has a types.go struct, it has a store.go data access, it's got a service.go function, it's got to have calls in HDCP, it's got to have a declaration in the proto file, it's got to have a gRPC file, what do you call it, registration, not gRPC, the gRPC gateway registration. And that's like 8 files getting touched just for one new function. And a lot of times that one new function might create several other baby functions that all have to do their thing. And they're big. It's a big deal to write all that stuff. So simply writing or telling the AI, says this is what I want to do, it'll give you all the pieces, and then you can go write your stuff in the function, and then you just know your pieces are kind of set and ready to go. That's kind of how I got my run play and simulator going. Now I've got it down to where now I could just edit the run play. I'll have to edit the run game a little bit, but it's got most of the stuff in it too. But just getting all those parts into existence, what a pain. Where was I? Okay, so I put that in. Okay, so I think we're good. Let's go ahead and see what this does. Streamer. It's probably not fixed, but hopefully we're closer. Wait. Jalen Hurts retired? Really? Oh. I guess the Eagles are done. Is that true? Did Jalen Hurts just retire? It had Jalen Hurts on there, but sometimes they kind of like, they have kind of fake news. Huh. Maybe not. Jalen Hurts. Eagles officially lose two-time Super Bowl champion to retirement. Ah, see? It's not Jalen Hurts. They're talking about somebody else. Brandon Graham. See? That's such a clickbait. Jalen Hurts. The Eagles lose two-time Super Bowl champion. Which is dumb because you got to figure what they've won twice in the last. I mean, they've won twice, right? Because they beat the Chiefs twice. Or did they lose to the Chiefs the last time they played them? I mean, the last time they beat them, but I mean before that. They played them twice in the Super Bowl. But I don't know. That's a scam. Clickbait. I was going to say, Jalen Hurts ain't even that old. I was going to say, that's kind of weird. Nonsense. All right, let's go back to my code. Let's go see what it does. The thing is, this isn't even showing the whole link. It says you can replace team name. Where's team name? That's not going to be a big enough screen there. Does it get bigger when I do this? No. You still having problems? Creating streamer computer. Alright, who blew up? Somebody blew up. Why is it not working? If it's airing, I can't tell what it's doing. Still says not found, but I'm not seeing. Streamer ain't showing anything. Oh, here we go. Wait. Team joining game. So when I click this, yeah, we're getting a weird thing. Right. When I enter the URL for my team submission, nothing. Getting team not found, and the log shows this is the URL used. The URL looks correct, but there's a problem with the parameter handling and team lookup. No kidding. Defines the method of the store need to implement. Next, let's modify. First, let's implement the get team by name method in the streamer store. Wait, what do you mean? How is that not? Oh god. Streamer store interface. Get team by ID, user ID. Really? Yeah. Sometimes I wonder how these things sneak by. Tell you, there's so many steps. So many steps. Now let's modify the join game function in service.go to use the team name parameter. Wait, what? Join game. In the join game in the service.go. Join game. Team info, error, UMID. Get simulator client. Yep. We got game info simulator. Get game by streamer key. Join game response. False. Streamer game not found. Streamer game not found. Game ID, join game response, either stream key or game ID must be provided, get the team info, try all available methods in prior order. Try something here. Alright, so get team by name. Get team by ID. Oh. Am I gonna actually have an ID? Alright, so never mind, that's probably fine. I'm not even using that. Oh, wow, that would probably be part of it. Alright, streamer. Is it streamer? Streamer. Probably need to stop both. Dang it. Simulator. Go build dot. Go run dot. Streamer. Go build dot. It blew up. Get team by name. Wait, did I put that in the right place? Oh, did it change? It does this all the time. Did it change the source? So where's S store? And now we're not using S dot store. Nope, it is S. It didn't change that part, so why is it problematic, huh? Get team by name is showing as undefined. Why? Streamer store does too, because I have it right here. Get team by name. Oh, but I didn't save. Never mind, you can ignore me. I forgot to save. I'm sorry, AI. I'm telling you problems that don't exist. Never mind. It's my bad. I gotta save my code. Probably would have figured that out if I would have just read the error. Okay, AI, I will admit, kinda your fault. You're making me make me take shortcuts. I know. Ignore me, AI. You know, I'll tell you what. I'll even reset that. We'll pretend like I never asked that question. Let's just pretend like I'm not an idiot. Go. Oh, golly. If I wouldn't spend 1 second, I'm telling AI, don't give me crap I don't want. Next second, I'm saying, hey, give me crap I don't need. 140 errors. Holy French fries. Let's go back to the beginning. All right. Let's try again. Team added. Oh, it says team added, but guess what? Team didn't add. Team added as team 1, successful. But it didn't return it. All right, so it's probably just a functionality. Let's try throwing in a Denver Broncos here. Let's just say Broncos this time. We'll test the Broncos option. Oh, is it going to be capital sensitive, case sensitive? Because it is stored as Broncos. No, okay. Well, I tried mascot. That didn't work. Well, we're close, though. Okay, 2 issues. One is I tried to use Broncos mascot only, and it didn't find a team. And the second issue is that when Team 1 actually joined successfully, it didn't show up in the AI like I expected. I said AI again. UI, Ken. UI. Oh, I hope it knows I meant UI. Let's see if it's smart enough to figure that out. No, I used capital B too. Almost positive I tried a capital B. Didn't I try a capital B? Oops. That ain't gonna do anything. Oh, look, it's not even letting me type in the capital B. What the heck? Is it like lowercasing my stuff? Well, that's dumb. That's not allowed. You can't lowercase my stuff. Oh, that worked. But it's not coming back to the UI. The UI is like, yeah, that's nice. We got it, but yeah, case sensitivity sucks. You gotta hate case sensitivity. Anybody, I don't understand. I just don't understand. Why do we have to use the stupid case sensitivity? It's not good. It makes me unhappy, and that is sad. Whoever invented the case sensitivity anyway? They're just terrible people. Because you should not have it. I mean, if you're an idiot enough to use the same name with different case for different purposes, you're just a dummy. Okay, where was I? It's like, wouldn't it be easier just to convert it at the beginning? Instead, it's comparing it. Why not just convert it to smaller instead of comparing it to these regex patterns? Isn't that overthinking it? isn't the regex thing just a little overthinking it? Why don't we just set the values to a lowercase version at the beginning, a lowercase variable? I mean, I feel. I guess regex. What regex says? Compare all combinations. That's also going to be slower, right? Yeah. See, this is better. I get that, the whole regex thing might be cool because people go, oh yeah, you can do this. But, honestly, looking at this is so much clearer, right? You just go split it and it's to lower. Oh, okay. We're doing everything in lower case. Done. Done and done and done and done. It's like you're just saving yourself headaches. Makes it clean, makes it easy. The regex thing just, I feel like you're also it's gonna be slower, right? Because it's like, it's saying, hey, if any combination of case matches, then we're gonna find it. But it doesn't mean it has to compare all the versions. If you just drop them all to lowercase and then compare those, it's gonna work the first time. You get one comparison, you're done. I don't know. That sounds to me like, if you have a weird uppercase in the wrong place or whatever, and then the regex can solve it, but it's like, that's just too much. Why do that to yourself? Okay, did it this didn't by chance give me a solution to my other problem, but did it? Okay. Nope, that didn't give me a case initiative to my other problem. Now, how about the other issue? The front end is not loading up the teams as they're coming in. I have waiting for team 1 does not get loaded when team 1 is made available. It should be made available on screen as well as in message. Yeah, that's why I didn't mention that one. You're now paying attention to the front end, not defining team 1 after it successfully joins. Based on the code you provided in the workspace context, I can see that when the team joins the game, the UI should update reflect team 1 not showing up in the UI. The problem is likely that the streamer game.jsx component, where it polls for game status and updates the UI with team information, isn't being properly displayed after the team joins from the relevant code, except I can see in your workspace the front end calls streamer polls to get updates. This should receive data from the back end with the current game state. All right, well, let's go over here. API, we're gonna go streamer game. Let's close this guy just for my. All right. Here's what to fix. Here's what to fix. Let's see if it actually has something for me to fix. Change this line in the UI. Really? To this, matching the case from the back-end response. Oh, well, that would be good. Why are we using different case? Yeah, you always got to match the dang cases. All right, so it doesn't tell me what line that is. It'd be nice if it told me what line that was, but now I have to go look for it. All right, so we have team 1, team 2. Why are there 4? Or game state team 1. Matching the case in the backend response. Why? What's with all the ors? Why can't it just be one value? Why can't it just be the correct one? What's with all the or conditions? Why can't it just be the correct one? Don't we want GameState.team to be the right one the first time? It's like, why would I have to say or this possible state or this possible state or that possible state? No, just give me the right one. I want it to be the right one the first time. No, 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 no. In your solution. No. In your solution above, you state you to update the line. GameState.team1.teamName. GameState.team1.teamName. And then proceed to give 4 other case variations. I don't care about the mascot thing. Just, I want to get the second part done. All right, look at your service.go file, specifically get game state functions. So it's team name, capital. Make sure the team name is properly assigned to team name field in response. Then in your front end streamer game, looking for team 1. If the property is indeed team name, then update your front end to team name. You know what? I don't think that's right. Why is this one lowercase t and this one up here is capital case T and it's telling me it's going to pass it back? All right. Screw you. I'm going to figure it out myself. Just, oh, you're not going to let me break? Can't break there? Not going to let me break there. All right, whatever. So, game state. When this comes back, it's set. Streamer key, game state. Let's go here. All right. So we know our data is in here, but it's not coming back. That means I got to close this and go try again, because I should be getting something back here. All right. Oh, here's a poll game status. That was the one I meant to get. It says waiting, but that's not. What? Shouldn't there be more to this? Has own property constructor. Set game state. Set game state doesn't have anything in it. What the heck? Team 1, Team 2. But we're not getting a whole set of data back here. That's not correct. Not correct at all. Huh. Status, Team 1. Let's go close this for now. Go back over to PFFM web. We'll go to the source. We'll go to the app. We'll go to simulator and streamer game. All right. At workspace. Okay. After the first team is set, I'm noticing that set game state here is not getting anything other than the status back. It's not showing either team on it. Based on the API definitions in your workspace, the team information has different property names. According to your streamer.proto file and generated Go code, the actual property structure is bloody. This is what you need. Also, it's team underscore name. You know, plus I've been letting the AI tell me what to put in my proto files. And I have a feeling it's becoming inconsistent cases. I'm not a fan of inconsistent case, as you well know. I don't even like underscores, so why did I allow it to give me underscores? Answer that question. Ken, why did you allow it to give you underscores? Well, let me tell you why. Because I didn't bother to check. That's why. I just let it give them to me because, hey, I wanted to give myself something more difficult to deal with, like something different from the rest of my code. You know, challenge. Refactor. I can't stand that. It's gonna bug me. Such is the way of me. All right, so simulator.proto has got some crap. I'm not, and I don't like it. So essentially my nomenclature should be this. Capital, basically camel-ish case. I call it camel-ish case because camel case, for some reason, always has a lowercase first letter. It's dumb. Which means I've got to go through all of this crap and remove underscores and oh my gosh, this is going to suck. All right, so Control Shift A. No, Control Shift F, sorry. And we will get rid of, oh, I guess that's fine. All right, so we're going to do a changeover. We're going to call this creator user ID. Replace all. And then we're gonna have game underscore type. Gonna become okay, so it already does that. Shift home. We're gonna call this game type. And then we're gonna have streamer underscore key equals streamer. And created that is fine. Success. Success. Message. Oops. Oh no. That one's not good. Why did I call it message? Why did I call it message? It's such a stupid name. Oops. Can I undo that one? I gotta put that one back to message. Yeah. Oh god. I gotta put that one back to lowercase. What just happened? Oh, I just choked the world out. The whole world died on me. It just like said, I don't know what you're doing, buddy, but I'm bailing on you. I killed it. Oops. Did anybody ever tell you that mass copy replace is a bad idea? I've been told that before. Guess what I did? Message. I should have known message. You don't mess with message, man. Yikes. Let's put that back. It's better they all be lowercase than uppercase. That's all I gotta say. I'll live with that one. I don't know. I don't know why it was named message to begin with. That's a stupid name. Status is probably a bad one too, huh? Wait, what? User underscore ID. How come that's not showing up? I'm staring at it. What do you mean it's not there? A lot of places where it's underscore. What if I do something like dot games. And then we'll pay the dot games. There we go. Well, it's mostly fixed, except status and message are going to be lowercase because I don't trust that they're going to... Oh, I like how I do type. Maybe. Maybe not. Type might be risky too. I can just look at it, I suppose. See, type is everywhere. Type story, yeah, I can't change type. Type would be problematic. Yeah, status is all over the place too. All right. We're not going to change that one either. Boo. That'll teach me. Not pay attention to my labeling when I'm creating it. All right, so now we got to go back to Git Bash. I don't know why I do it all in Git Bash. I have a thing about doing stuff in Git Bash. I don't know. Like I said, I think it just looks better. Alright, we built all of that crap, so we should get rid of a lot of problems. Oops. I don't even know if that's a build. It may not even have a build in it. I don't think common has a thing. Oh, I did. Huh. Whoops. What? I can't. Are you kidding me? Why is Coach suddenly having a problem with that? $143.15. Game ID. Ooh, man. All right. Game plan. Go build dot. Trying to clean up my code. I'm just sick of having case problems. Oh, this ain't spelled right. Oh wait, it's spelled right. It just isn't the right case. Gateway? Sure. Oh, what's wrong with Gateway's problem? Message. Response message. Unknown field. I don't know why that one's having a problem, because I put message back. Creator user ID. Showing you it has no field or method message, but it does have field message. Okay. Let's look for the case. Funny, that didn't actually undo all my messages. Yeah, we're going lowercase. You get your way, man. Putting it all back in the lowercase state because apparently I broke stuff when I did it the other way. Holy moly. What the heck now? Proto reflect. Argly, Margly. Apparently this guy needs to be capital. Oh, God. What have I done to myself? Message really messed me up. Sheesh. Now what's the problem? I put them all lowercase. What the nettle nuts? Cannot refer to an unexported field message. What does that mean? Streamer.go. Alright, well, let's go look at cd.forward/streamer. Build. Refactoring name sucks. Just saying. Apparently this one used capital and message, so I must have just synchronized all my messages in the wrong direction. So in some places, it does actually matter. What else we got? Message, 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 message. They're all message. Too many errors. Whatever. Join game response. Alright, so we gotta go back over here, all the way up to common. Apparently this one's done correctly. Which means I'm gonna have some with message that's uppercase and some with message that's lowercase, and I'm just gonna cry. It's just not fair. It's just not fair that this would be such a jerk to me. I've done nothing but be nice. Alright, so join game response. Join game response. That one's probably got to be capital. For whatever reason. /common make gen dot. Oh god, you suck. You suck, the big suck. But it does have message. But I just what do you mean? Unknown field message, instruct literal. Oh, wow. So, are some changed and some not? Is that what the problem is here? Because some are capital and some are not. And this way when I go back and forth, I'm just breaking it. Hug. Somehow they didn't all change, I think is what happened. What are we at? Service.go. Alright. So join game response message. Alright, so we're gonna say Control F. Message, and we'll just replace them as I go here. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Probably should save all this junk. Okay, streamers built. Okay. Go cd./gateway. Go build up. Are you gonna be okay now? You gonna stop complaining? No, you are not. All right. Streamer.go. We're going to go to gateways, streamer.go, streamer.go, streamer.go. Replaced, yeah. Sure. Okay. Got past gateway. How about simulator? Well, gateway didn't mind the stuff, so at least simulator. That means we're kind of, sort of, in a way. No, you suck that big. Simulator service.go. You're also a jerk. Whoops, didn't save again. Gotta save. Nothing happens if you don't save. Why don't build autosave? Build should autosave. If you're saying, hey, I'm ready to build this, then it says, oh, then you want to save everything. That should be an automatic. User account. Okay, I think we're almost there. Playbook, and I don't have players yet or leagues, so we should be good to go. Finally. Okay, let's run this puppy again. Let's see. Let's see if everything wants to work anymore. Let it start them all up for me. Allow. Time is it? 9:02. I've got 58 minutes, Nintendo. I got 58 minutes to get this thing working. I want to get it working today because I've only got 2 more days in this sprint. And I still have things I probably have to check off from this sprint that I haven't even addressed. I'm pretty sure creating 4 new services, getting them all functioning and working, was not what I planned for this sprint. It just blew up into something much bigger. I just kind of kept going. So, oh, I need this. Oh, I need this. I need this. Whoa! Before I knew, I was like, okay, we need to get everything back together. And before you know it, here we are. All right, let's go out here. Click here. Click here. Which doesn't click very well. It's kind of slow. Click here. Click here and click there. Oh, what? What? What do you mean? It was found earlier. Failed to create game. What? Failed to create game? Creating streamer game for user account. Wait, did it create a second? Nope. What's going on here? What are we getting? What error are we getting? Anything? Failed to create game. Why? Why did you fail? I haven't even put in the right team name here yet. But I do know that it's now full name. Game state team1 dot name. Just don't like lowercase junk. Bugs me. Not for properties. I think what it is this is supposed to be a valid value, but it's not coming back as such. And it's when we poll and we get this value back, it's supposed to have something in it, I think. Something blew up though. Why? Front end getting an error again. Sigh. It's like, I don't know what sigh means, but hey, let's take a look at your error. I was so close! But I'm pretty sure probably mangled it with all of my message, all of my stuff. Relabeling everything. The problem is your streamer game component where it's trying to create a game and then handle the response from the API. Looking at the error message and its location, the issue is that the game response is either undefined or doesn't have the expected structure. This is the fix. Let's modify for better error handling. Okay, well, what is the error handling on here? Game state, console.log, game response, else. The API handler function should provide the correct error handlers. So if we need to update that, let's update it there. Should be API handler.rs or JS, but did I say function? Use the wrong term. Not really. Key the API handler's create game function. I don't have a create game function in my API handler. Why does API handler have a create game function? API handler doesn't have a create game function. What? Are you making stuff up? Are you messing with me? Are you joking? Because that's not a thing. Data. API. Not sure what you're referring to. The API handler.js does not have a create game function. It is? Well, it does throw error, but where is it getting, what kind of, where is it getting create game? Streamer data. Yeah, let's do that. I'd rather make it better air handler. And be throwing crap back. The whole point of this was to not have to throw crap back. So let's not throw crap back. Just make a better air handler. Alright. Waiting teams to join. And then blink. Which probably isn't going to do anything. Streamer. Start gateway coach simulator streamer. Okay. Get game status call to streamer keys. Alright, so we got a call that once again blew up. I thought we fixed this, but alright, apparently not. Getting team not found again. I wonder if, like I said, I still think I probably broke something with my case sensitivity garbage. I don't know what, because now everything compiled, so it shouldn't be. If it was a case sensitivity issue, it should have been fixed by my... Let's see what we're doing again. Make sure the return property format response with success flag. Success. Got great game. Where is this supposed to be? Streamer. Streamer data.js? No. Okay, let's go to, we'll go look at streamer data.js. Rather than guessing on whether it's response.uppercase success or lowercase, why don't we just look at the back end and see which one it's supposed to be? Such a weird thing. Why does it do that? If it's not this one or that one, it's I don't know what it's doing. I just... Streamer.go. In Go structs, for the protobuf definition field are typically defined with their first letter capitalized, but are marshaled in to JSON with the first letter lowercase by default. The issue is in your front end, where you're checking for the team data based on the Go code structure and standard JSON serialization, your front end should be using lowercase property names. Additionally, make sure you're alright, streamer.go. Alright, so I got to go over to the streamer.go in Gateway. Make sure that we have this set up correctly, streamer.go. And then we're looking at new encoder. JSON.new encoder. JSON.new. Oh, okay, so these should be lowercase. Because these are the JSON encodings, which is weird, game ID. Which has to be that way. And then simulator pb.go. In Ghost Structure, fields are typically defined with JSON and with the first letter lowercase by common API simulator.api pb.go. The issue is that your front end, where you're checking the team data based on the Go code structure and standard JSON serialization, your front end should be using lowercase property names. So it didn't continue giving me my answer. It just stopped. It said, no, I don't want to do that. Stop talking to me. PFFM, go MS, /streamer, go build duct, go run dot. Oops, now what? Nope, it's not an oops. It's just normal notes, normal information. Start over. Already got an error. Failed to create game. Dang it. Did it? Why did it fail to create game now? Great, dang it. You know, I fix one thing and another thing breaks. Why did my cores break? Create streamer game handler. Create streamer game handler. That's weird. How come that's not? Okay, that's quite a bit different. So that added that, which is probably going to have to be this. Okay. And then this new decoder thing. Generate a default streamer key. No, we're not creating a default streamer key. It's just dumb. If you don't have the right key, then it don't work. Call the simulator service. Alright. See where we're at. I just get the cores in place. See if that fixes things. Might not work because I didn't actually restart my streamer service, but we'll see. Nah. Yeah, might not have liked it. I think go run will fix that. I didn't do go build. Nope, still not working. Something going on here. What time is it? Oh God, I only got 40 minutes left. I feel like I'm so close, but I'm just tripping over myself. Now what? Create game. In the create streamer game handler function. Create streamer game handler function. Create game. Client.create game. Error creating game. Return the streamer key for client-side reference. I don't need this. Why did I put that back in there? That's stupid. I don't even need that. Let's update your initialize game function. What are we updating it to? Why? We don't need the streamer key up front. Why are you can't? It provided the streamer key. Why would you need to save the streamer key? That's dumb. AI is getting stupid. I'm getting AI is getting stupid, and I'm getting tired. Let's clear this. Start over. We're still getting this issue. Front end is getting this error when I try to start a streamer game. I feel like AI doesn't know the answer. Why is it looking for... The front end does not need us to pass it the streamer key. It already exists there. In fact, it's going to be the one that provides the streamer key. I feel like we're barking around. I mean, I don't want to fixing air handling, because air handling is not the problem. The problem is that we did not get a proper... I mean, yeah, we're probably getting an error problem, but why did we fail to create the game? That's the thing I need to know. All I care about is a fail to create game. And then it got some kind of error when it failed to create the game. So it doesn't like message or streamer key. So we got message and we got streamer key. Whatever this tried to read wasn't available to it. So what we're going to do, we have success, message, and streamer. Why does it even want streamer key? Let's get rid of this. Save the streamer key for future. No, that's stupid. Let's get rid of that. It doesn't exist because it's dumb. Why? Yeah, we don't need... I don't know why it thinks it needs a streamer key. Streamer key's not a thing. Right, so we're still getting something weird. But at least we're not getting that dumb thing. So we're not getting a success anyway. Let's see what we are getting. We're obviously getting... Are we getting something? Create game. Streamer API. Create game. Where is the create game? It's probably in here. So it's probably getting thrown back. Get token, payload, create game. Okay, then we're going to go left. Alright, so we got API post. Alright, so our problem is we got API path. And we got so we got a return. Did it return without an error? Are we really blowing up on the... You already have an active game. Message. It is capital. So that's part of that problem. And then we go F10. Team 1 and Team 2 are null. That's fine. For now, I haven't done anything yet. Alright, so let's refresh this. Then we'll go stream again. You already have an active game. Now that's fine. That's a thing though. I do want to delete any game that no longer is being pulled for. I want it to automatically clean house. Okay, so game type for any streamer game should be streamer. If in case we want to restart a game and we've already got a streamer game, just delete the old streamer game. We don't want to have that blocking. Oh, that's not even true. I probably restated that wrong. I do want to be able to keep a game that's in progress. So if it's in a state of pending, call simulator service. Let's see. Function when there's an error from a client game, call it. But the front is. That's not what I. What are you talking about? I didn't ask you to do that. Who cares about that? Get back on task, man. I've moved on from that. Stay with me, man. Stay with me. You can do it. All right. So we're gonna try to go. Let's do this. I want to update the code so that whenever there is a streamer game, that's a game type equal to streamer, that if it's in a state of pending, we just delete it. Oh, that's not right. Oh God, that's not right. Nope. Let's blow that. All right, let's try that again. Okay, so I'm just gonna type it. Workspace. If a game is okay, so a streamer game should have its game session dot game type equal to streamer. All right, that's the first part of this. And if at any time a streamer calls for a new game and the status and an existing game session exists of the same game type equal to streamer, and the status of that game is anything other than and the game status of the game is pending or starting. Just purge that one and create a new game instance. Do I want to allow the other game to come back? I feel like if you dump a streamer game, you shouldn't. Trying to be smart about this. Because it's kind of a major deal. Do you let a streamer game come back to life? They're really just for fun. They're head-to-heads. They're just for fun. They don't really mean anything. Anybody could jump into any streamer game and just kind of take part. Stats don't matter except for the people who are taking part, so they can be in any game. Yeah, Just purge that one and create a new game instance. I do want to keep completeds because there's other factors, other things I want to use those for. I think I'm just going to purge them. Streamer and the status of the game is anything other than completed. Just purge that one and create a new game instance. Completed streamer games block. Creating a new game. All right. Create game function in a simulator. All right, so that should clean up a little, get me a little bit more on task. Assuming we don't have an error, which we do. Delete game is showing as undefined. Why is it showing as undefined? I'm pretty sure it's in here. Did we not create a delete game? I know we put it in the handler. It's kind of like there's a lot of things that we add this mesh to the simulator store interface. I feel like a lot of things are just we had placeholders for things. We in the AI, we create placeholders for stuff and then we don't actually implement it. Like, oh yeah, that's going to be needed. Implement the delete store method. Yep. Delete game, that's probably a store.go thing. Because I'm going to get it, delete it, it's all databasey crap. Alright, so we gotta drop the simulator now. Simulator go build dot. So hopefully it's going to build itself correctly, and then we can run it. And then we're going to go back here, get off the 25 errors, try here, give this a second to actually do something, and then we're back to here. Go back here. Game created success. Failed to create game. Game created successfully. How come that doesn't sound right? I got some conflicting state of existence here. There's something weird about that. I don't think I'm supposed to be getting a failed to create game. Game created successfully. Wow, that is not. How's that an error? Well, this is a bit conflicting. My error is that game was created successfully. What's game created successfully? That's like something weird about that one. Game oh gosh. Created successfully. I know it's all that case is correct. How do we even end up with an error that's game created successfully? Streamergame.jsx. Initialize game. That's streamer game. Streamergame.jsx does not. Oh, here it is. Initialize game. Async game response. Success. Cancel login response. Generate a join URL. Make sure user key is defined or use another value. No, that's fine. I don't think that's the problem. Alright, let's go back, try again. Where are we with this? Now we're at undefined again. Great gurgly murgly. Okay, well, where did we end up? API handler. Oh, did it lowercase it again? Oh, I bet you it lowercase it again. Streamer. I don't know that I need streamer key. Why is it coming back with that? I'm not doing streamer key. Stop it. Make sure no streamer key's not in here. Maybe. Okay. I don't know where it's choking here. It's choking on something. Did it again. Still saying game created successfully as an error. Why is it doing that? The client code aligns with your server. Assurance base create game function service.go. You seem to be returning. Okay. Success message, game ID. Right, but where's the error and why is it saying it's an error? And why is it choking? Where's it choking at? Okay, so we got that. And then we have that. Okay. All right, so are we getting response success? Success is true, so we are getting a success. And it is capital or lowercase? Oh, it's capital. It's blowing up on this thing saying success. Holy moly. There, now we're in there. Now, do we have a streamer key on this? Yeah, we do. Okay, so it's user one. Well, we'll take it. Which is fine. Alright, now we're back to where we were before. Sheesh. Alright. Now. No, we are getting team not found. Alright, so we got this. And we gotta go to streamer. Okay, new problem. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we gotta go back over to the join game. Thing is, it was working, but then you go try to get other functionality fixed, and then it breaks the features, the functionality you already had. So you're like, no, we were close, and now we're far. How much time have I got left? I got 3 minutes left. I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna have another day of this. Sadly, I was so close, and yet now I'm so far. There it is, join game. Alright, so we got join game. If streamer key is provided instead of game ID, look up the game. I don't know why we would ever get streamer key back here instead for join game. Why would we ever have a streamer key? A streamer key should never be provided. We might have a user ID, but that's different. Because we're not going to get a streamer key. They're getting things confused. But I'm not going to worry about it because I'm not. Nobody has their own teams yet, so I don't even have to worry about that. But I'll map that out later. Look up the game by streamer key. Blah 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 blah. Either streamer key or game ID must be provided. Blah blah blah. Get the team info. Try all available methods. Subject to join game function. Streamer service to properly handle a case where only a team name is provided. Get the team info. Try all available methods in priority order. First priority if the team is provided. Look it up. If team is nil, you couldn't find it. Start for teams if user ID is provided. If required team ID is not equal to empty, second priority if team ID is provided. Team ID. Oh, team name provided. Yeah, the team name is provided. Require team ID. Oh, looking up by team name. Broncos. We got that. Okay. So we get in to get team by username. Second ID. That's up here. And then team ID, which is fine. User ID is fine. But neither one of those is a thing because they're not really causing me any problems. So what's going on with the team? So even if I look it up by team, if team is nil, we couldn't find it. Provide a helpful error. Okay, so that's really what it's coming down to. We're going to try to provide a helpful error. Use default user ID for teams found by name if user ID not provided. Well, okay, so this will, what the heck, why did I do that? Control C, we're gonna go over here. We'll put this in. We'll do this. Let's go ahead and hit save on this. On line 191, we replace with a default user ID, which should just be the user ID that is provided as part of the path that is being sent in. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. This should actually hopefully just provide me with some more information. Let's see what happens. Key games that have called the streamer key user. Streaming game status. Still not coming in. User ID and team ID are capital. I think that's the problem. Why is it not looking it up correctly? Let's get team by name. Now, I have not successfully been able to. I have had, let's say, bad luck in trying to get my debugging working on this. Because this should work here. But if it's showing them as empty, it doesn't really matter. Why is it logging? No, that's true. If I was here, request team name. Where is it putting down the name? Team name. This is not looking up by name. Looking up by team name Broncos. It does have a value there. Team joining game, user ID. Team joining game. So we get down here somewhere and we have a log that says team joining. Sheesh. Team joining game. Where the heck is that? Team not found. Where is team joining game? Team joining. gRPC handler go. I think the problem might be that this is not pulling the right values. Because when I do this, see, it has user ID, team ID, but it's only in the handler, and then down here it successfully looks up Broncos. So it does have it, it's just like it's not getting it for the handler. I feel like the problem isn't that they're empty, it's that these are not correct. Or there's something weird about them. Because it's pulling the wrong request. request, because that's another case sensitivity change I decided in all wisdom to get rid of. Ariano, man, what's up? You know what? I don't think it's static. Oh, you mean like, is this like right? This is staticky. I'm tapping on it right now. Or is it that you can hear like a humming? Because it could be my fan. My computer is really blasting a lot of air right now for some reason, and it was sitting kind of right next to it, and it's really hot. It's probably going to blow up on me pretty soon. Going to crash. I moved it away. Let's see here. Tell me if anything I do fixes it. You'll have to, I don't know. I've had people tell me that sometimes my microphone wigs out on me and it starts staticky, but then all of a sudden it goes fine. I guess I need a new mic. I don't know. It's like I said, most of the time it's fine, but it goes through phases of unhappy. I don't know. Hopefully it's not as bad now. Only you can tell. Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson. Dude, you got a good taste in music, man. Two of my favorites. I actually like Bruno Mars too, though. He's pretty good. Yeah, well, the thing is about Bruno Mars, he was kind of, I want to say he's kind of a flash in the pan. He hasn't done anything new in a long time. But it's been a while. But yeah, you know, that'd be cool to be able to put licensed music in my game, but yeah, that won't fly. I don't know how you even. Yeah, that'd be cool if you could. I don't know where it would sit. Being able to put it, probably, you know, like in the intro screens or different other things. A cool soundtrack in a game is a must, right? But yeah, I don't know. Not a good microphone. Is this so you're saying it's still doing it? This is a good microphone. It's lasted me like forever. It's been good. It's a good solid microphone. But it has its moments of weirdness. But hey, if it's still doing it, yeah, I'm yeah, I don't know. I will can I disconnect it and reconnect it? Let's see what happens if I do that. Let's see. We'll swap over to a crappy microphone. Now it's probably really bad. It's probably echoey and it's terrible and crappy. And then now let's switch it back. Let's see if it'll fix itself. Voila, it's fixed. I don't know if it's fixed. What is that song? Keep Me Hanging On. That sounds familiar. Keep Me Hanging On. What is my era? What era do you think I'm from, man? Elvis Presley is not my era. Michael Jackson is, well, I mean, he was around for 30 years. 30 plus years. So what part of Michael Jackson's era do you think I'm from? Michael Jackson was older than me, by the way. Thank you very much. No sound equals death. So the static tells us you're not dead. Well, I guess that's good. Now, like I said, you might be hearing, I don't know, is it static or the fans you're hearing? It's the fans are blowing pretty loud. But yeah, it should just sound like shh. But if it sounds like then that's crap. And of course, you can't tell me just which one it is because you're in text. Yeah, it's a sound. It's like, okay, well, that might be a little harder to tell. Pass the join request to simulator with correct game ID. I see the issue. You need to use the user ID from the request in the add team game call rather than using the team's user ID. Let's modify the code to fix this file. Huh? What? I see the issue. You need to use the user ID from the request in the add team to game call rather than using the team's user ID. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that right now. I do want to fix that, but I don't know if that's what I want. Pass join request to simulator with it. Yeah. Again, that's not really important at the moment, that feature. My problem is that I'm still getting... So when I call this guy, he's failing because I don't even think it's failing for that reason. This thing should not be blank, but workspace. Run game simulation in this handler.go is returning empty for both team and the mascot. So I'm kind of curious if you can see why it is coming empty, because it is returning values. And I did that wrong. It's supposed to be add team to game. Shoot. Let's like rephrase that. Can you see why the add team to game in this file is returning team name and team ID as empty? Because they are getting values when they go to the join game function. The issue might be that the team ID and team name are empty. The main problem appears to be in streamerservice.go when looking up team information before calling. Get the code around 162. The code attempts to retrieve team information multiple ways. If none of these lookups succeed, what is it? Team joining game. Team joining game. Team joining game? Where is that? Where is that? That's streamer. Oh. Did it again. Got it wrong. Let's clear that out again. As you can see, the second line, which is coming after the first line, has a value in the team. But the first line, which is logged here in the grpc underscore handler.go, is showing empty. Can you see why that's the case? If you were sent back to the 60s with a time machine, what profession would... Oh my gosh, the 60s? Oh, I wasn't even thought up yet. I don't know, what did they do in the 60s? What was, certainly wouldn't be a software developer. Geez, I don't know. I'd probably just be a laborer, a construction worker. That'd be dangerous, huh? Because back then, was OSHA even a blip on the radar? Was OSHA doing its thing? Was it? I don't think I'd want to be a... what would I be? Gosh. I don't know. I don't think I was meant to be born in the 60s. I have no idea what my skill set would serve me back then. See, I can create functional objects. Maybe an architect. I could probably, I mean, an engineer maybe, an engineer or an architect, something like that. That's the kind of thing I think I would like back then, was to create stuff like that. That would work good with my skill set. Oh my gosh. Dude, have you ever even heard me speak Spanish, senor? I know I say you think I speak Spanish, but no, man. I'm a Chicano. Us Chicanos, we don't speak no Spanish. We just sound like we can speak Spanish. Just because my... I haven't... actually, you know, I did 6 months. I got all the way up to diamond in what is that app that everybody uses for language learning? Was it Hoot something? What is the name of it? I got all the way up to diamond in my thing, but then I stopped doing it. Trying to learn my Spanish again. What was it called? Duolingo. I always say Hoot because it has an owl for a thing. I got all the way up to diamond in there. I probably dropped since then, but let's see. Let's see what Duolingo says. Welcome back, man. It's been like forever and ago. No. Keep learning Spanish. Continue. Okay, let's see. Where did I get to? Just for fun. Okay. Oh my gosh, we'll do 3 minutes today. I gotta go through all this crap again. I just want to see where I was, man. Just show me. No thanks. Oh, I don't want to go through all this again. Can we not do this right now? I want to see where I got in the ladder. I got all the way up to something in the ladder on this game. Oh, maybe it dumped me. I don't know. I was pretty high up. Maybe I'm nowhere now. I don't even know if they do the ladder anymore. Does the ladder even exist anymore? You finished number 29. Oh, I'm in the Pearl League. I was all the way up, but I fell back to the Pearl League. I don't know what the Pearl League is. What, is that all the way down to the second? Alright, man. Alright, I see how it is. Actually, oh, it's 10:20. See, I'm getting distracted. I need to take a break, which means go to bed. Obviously, I'm having issues with my code right now, and I'm so close to getting this working, but I keep running into little nonsenses. In your games join, you're logging this. But at this point, user ID and are empty. The actual team lookup by name happens later in the service. And that's why you see empty values first in the first log line. The improved logging will accurately reflect the state of the request at this entry point, showing which identifier is actually being used to find the team. Join game request with incomplete information. I don't think so. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think you're delusional, my friend. But here, let's stick that in here. Mr. AI, I don't know what you're thinking, but I'm pretty sure this isn't going to do anything. Still going to be blank. I have to stop this. Apparently that's not going to work. Go build dot. Go run dot. Team Broncos not found. Please try a different name. Hey, something happened. Still not. It's supposed to be case insensitive, though. Oh, you're dumb. Stop it! You're just being a jerk. That's not what I want. Why do you be so difficult? Why do you hate me so? Alright, we're going to go like this, and we'll copy this, and then we'll go here, we'll type here, and we'll go here, and this time I'll go back here. BRONCOS. Okay, so we're still not quite there, but at least it's showing me a better air handler. I'm not getting whatever. I don't know why it's not finding Broncos, because I know it exists. Dude, you need to go to bed. You're tired. You've been up too long. You're getting loopy like me. I'm going to bed. It's 10:30. I got to get up and do another day tomorrow. I'm going to finish this dang thing tomorrow. I'm going to get this stupid thing to work right. Gosh darn. I made the mistake of trying to refactor the names the way my names were cased. And refactoring casing just screwed me up. And now I'm trying to recover from that mess. That'll teach me. Oh well.